Mr. Pandian, thank you so much for joining with us and speaking to us today.
Thank you for coming to Odisha. Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Phase 5 ended, it was crucial for the state. Can you tell me what is your takeaway after the Phase 5 of polling?
Phase 5 is yesterday's poll?
Yeah, yesterday's.
The polling has gone off well. Perhaps in some constituencies there is less polling, but some constituencies it is more polling. And BJD is sweeping.
Sweeping the polls?
Yes.
Okay. So the Prime Minister was here. He's been campaigning a lot in your state. What is your takeaway from that campaign that he has launched? It's a very strident language that he has used, unlike in the past. So what do you have to say?
I think it's part of the electoral process. They have their own strategies to do. So we take it like that only.
So there's a lot of back and forth which is happening between the BJD and the BJP over the Prime Minister's campaigning, over the state chief ministers who have come here. It doesn't, you don't get offended, agitated, upset with all the comments?
I think the people of Odisha will get upset if a very popular chief minister is hit very badly by using foul language or bad language. The people of Odisha will get offended and they may show it on the elections. That's how I see it. And I think the Honorable Chief Minister also gave a bite saying that Assam Chief Minister coming to Odisha and saying that he will make Odisha #1, then what will you do with Assam?
But then chief ministers have been going to other states to campaign.
That's okay. But just that the point that he said that we will make Odisha #1 means what he will do with Assam. Or many of the central leaders who are going to every state and saying that they will make #1 the particular state. So that doesn't cut ties with the people. These are all, maybe they are trying to do a political narrative, but it won't cut ties.
You know, when polling started in the country, in the first 2 phases, it was kind of slow, low polling, and everybody said it's very thanda in the rest of the country. But Odisha started polling in the middle of the elections. Right. And here it is very different, like in Andhra, state polls as well as central polls. So do you feel that it was a slow start in the first 2 phases in Odisha, or did it just take off?
I think whatever was expected in a simultaneous poll, like for example, the entire country has gone for a general election, not a simultaneous poll. Whereas Andhra, Odisha, when state polls are involved, the polling percentage is generally maintained. That's how I see it.
So there is an enthusiasm for...
Absolutely, absolutely. Even in spite of heat and humid conditions, people have come out in large numbers and almost the polling percentage has been maintained.
How have you come to the conclusion that you're sweeping in the first 2 phases of polling?
We have our ear to the ground. We do a lot of scientific surveys and we base our faith on Honorable Chief Minister's popularity, the reach of the schemes, and the feedback we get from people. And when you go on a campaign, you see the smiles in the people faces. So that says it all.
Is that generally the demeanor of Odiyas, that they smile anyway? Even
no, there are 15% people who don't smile when you go to a place. So when 70-80% people smile, you know that there is a connect. When 40%, 30% people don't smile or don't give a response, then you know that there is something missing.
Okay. A controversy happened yesterday with Sambit Patra, the BJP candidate from Puri. For those who don't know about it, haven't read the social media in their feed. So he compared and he said that Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu Jagannath is a bhakt of Mr. Modi. Now, after that, he did say that he was giving several interviews, and in the heat and the noise and the dust, by mistake, it was a slip of the tongue, and he said, instead of saying that Mr. Modi is a bhakta of Mahaprabhu Jagannath, he said it vice versa, and it was a mistake. But the chief minister reacted and he said that...
I think whatever the time lag was there, many people had given their comments in social media that it has hurt the sentiments of people of Odisha, and BJP is talking about Odiya Asmita. So he is the symbol of Odiya Asmita, Lord Jagannath. And the chief minister has always felt that we should keep our gods outside politics. They are immortal and we are mortal. Why we should mix both? We should always keep religion and gods out of the purview of electoral discourse or political discourse. He has never used it. So he felt hurt when this statement happened. So
It's very unlike Naveen Babu to tweet something like this, isn't it?
Because they have been harping on Odia Asmita, and they have been, and he is genuinely upset that Lord Jagannath has been dragged into politics so much in this election, which is not fair. People of Odisha don't like dragging religion or Lord Mahaprabhu Jagannath into politics. You say that we have done this work, we have reduced price rise, we have done great infrastructure, we have provided jobs, and go for vote. Why do you have to drag the Lord for elections? That shows that you are a little desperate. And it is not the first time it has happened. Throughout this in fact, even in 2019 they tried to do that. In Panchayat elections they tried to do that. Always they link something or other with religion, Lord Jagannath, Sri Mandir. I would say that the kind of work the Chief Minister has put in Sri Mandir, the parikrama which has been created, it has touched the heart of people of Odisha. So BJP is trying to electorally hit BJD and Naveen Babu by finding out something or other which are non-existent issues in Puri. It's a political strategy they are trying to do.
I will come to the Odia Asmita later in the conversation. But to come back to the controversy, Sambit Patra has said that he will do an upvas, he will do penance. Is the story over, or is the BJD?
I think he should take care. It's too much of heat and dust. He should eat properly and take care. From heart somebody prays, that's done. Because 3 days before his election he should not faint or something. He should take care of himself. Of course he is a doctor, he should be knowing what to do.
So will the BJD escalate this further, or is the story over?
See, Lord Jagannath can never be escalated, and Lord Jagannath should always be above everything else. BJD never believes in doing politics over religion, especially Lord Jagannath, who is the symbol of Odisha identity.
See, off the record, some BJP people have said that it's not something new which has happened. In the past, there are people who are big fans of Biju Patnaik as well as Naveen Patnaik, who have said that both father and son are as good as gods for Odiyas.
I have not heard of this. People out of love saying something out of emotion is different, but I have not heard anything of people comparing Naveen Babu or Biju Babu to any gods. They will first condemn it. In case they get to know, they will be very shocked and they will say that it's not done.
You know, you spoke about the Jagannath temple and the parikrama around it. Now, the Prime Minister said, he spoke about the Jagannath Mandir, and he said that for the past 6 years, the keys of the Jagannath temple's Ratna Bhandar has been missing. And he said that leaders of the BJD are involved in this conspiracy about the keys missing. Can you explain to our viewers what is this controversy? Those who are not Odiyas may not know about this. So can you tell us about this?
Ratna Bhandar is the treasury of Lord Jagannath. It has not been opened till from 80s onwards. More than 40 years, nobody has opened it because there has to be an occasion to open. And the Ratna Bhandar and temple affairs are managed by a committee which is headed by Gajapati Maharaj, Puri Gajapati Maharaj. He is not a political person, or he is not an official. They have the hereditary rights, and they manage the affairs of Sri Mandir. It is headed by Gajapati Maharaj. So 40 years, if something has not been opened, and it has and everyone in Odisha will be knowing when the Ratna Bhandar is going to open. There will be a series of rituals to be done and practices to be done, how it will be open, what all key. So many processes are there. It cannot be done without anyone's knowledge. So in these 40 years, 10 years was two BJP ministers who held that portfolio. Mr. Vishwabhushan Harichandan, who is presently the Honorable Governor of Chhattisgarh, and Mr. Manmohan Samal, who happens to be the state president of BJP. They both have held. If there was anything amiss, they could have raised it at that time. It is 40 years, 1980s. Nobody has opened it. And Honorable Chief Minister took over as CM only in 2000. From 2000 to 2010, these ministers were there who are holding the fort for law department.
But it's not a question of it not being open. The keys are missing is what the Prime Minister said.
That is also under enquiry by the High Court, which the committee has decided to open the Ratna Bhandar on during the Rath Yatra time. During Rath Yatra time, it will be opened. So everything will come to, everything will be known to people when that enquiry is completed. Whether, if at all there was something missing, it will also come to the fore. So right now, nobody knows what has happened because 40 years, 1980s.
Okay.
So this is an issue which is being sensationalized always during elections. Even in 2019 it was done. Every by-election it has been done, and Panchayat elections it was raised. And in Panchayat election, BJP lost all the districts. BJD won 30 out of 30 districts. If they think that these things can give electoral success, this is what the history has been. And in this Ratna Bhandar issue, the government has been extremely transparent, and it is under the purview of the High Court. The High Court ordered the government to form a committee. Justice of Supreme Court has been appointed, along with eminent members, to open the Ratna Bhandar. Everyone is invited when it is open, and you will get to know after 40 or 44 years it will be opened, and what is there, what is not there, it will be known, and it will be compared with the register. So absolutely there is no cause of worry that something will be missing from Ratna Bhandar.
Who's maintaining the register?
Register will be maintained by the temple administration, which is headed by Gajapati Maharaj.
All right. The Prime Minister in Cuttack said that the keys probably have been sent to Tamil Nadu. The dig was totally at you.
He has made a political statement. So how do I respond to it?
You will have to, because now you're in politics, right? How can you not respond? I mean, you're no longer just an IAS officer who will be silent.
So at a personal level, it makes you feel saddened that Lord Jagannath and my connect with Lord Jagannath is being questioned for a political purpose, which is very sad personally. On a, as a factual statement, I would like to say that completely baseless, and it is very unfortunate.
We spoke about we spoke about Udiya Asmita, and the Prime Minister said that, and the BJP also says that...
I should give a spiritual answer as well. Perhaps it is karmic to go through all this. I leave it to Lord Jagannath to decide.
Really? And
absolutely. I surrender. Jagannath culture is surrender. You see, most temples you pray like this. In Jagannath, you go and raise your hands. It is complete surrender. If the Honorable Prime Minister has told like this, then I surrender to Lord Jagannath.
Is that how you deal with all the criticism that comes your way?
Absolutely, absolutely. They say that what is Jagannath culture? Jagannath culture ka one of the important aspects is complete surrender. When you surrender, then you don't have much stress.
Right.
But this statement hurt me. I am also a human being. It hurt me.
Yeah. I can well understand that personal attacks as something that you're not used to because you're new to politics, right?
No. Personal attacks at all other levels are okay. But linking it with Lord, whom you completely surrender, whom you are in love with, whom you think that you have janam ka connection with, so then you feel sad, then you feel hurt. So that also you take it out by going to the Lord that the Honorable Prime Minister has spoken like this. So I leave it to you, Lord. You take care of me. That's it.
Mr. Pandian,
But he made a political statement. He would not have meant what he said. That's how I see it.
You're not a Bhumi Putra in the sense that you are from Tamil Nadu. What is your connect with Lord Jagannath, who is from Odisha? I understand this is your Karma Bhumi, but what is your connect with Lord Jagannath?
I think it will be too personal to tell. I never knew that I'm going to work here. I never knew that I'll be married to somebody from here. And when I was to be honest, when I was in college or sometime, this is something which I have not told anyone. Name came to my mind, must be 95, 96 when I was in my bachelor's degree. That this name, if at all I'll have a son, I'll name him this name. I didn't know the meaning of that name. It just came to me. And I am very poor in Hindi or Sanskrit. Now at least I know a little bit, but that time I didn't know. So I had told Sujata that in case there is a son, I have a name for him. She was also very scared that if I will come with some deep names. So after he was born, she asked me to write in a slip of paper and give. So I wrote in a slip of paper and gave. The name was Sri Mukha. it is Lord's face.
Face.
It is Lord Jagannath's name. I didn't know head or tail about this name till I told her, or still she responded, or her parents said that this is Lord's name. So that is how I have a deep link with Lord, and He has guided me always. That is that complete surrender. This is something which it's unbelievable, but it's a fact. My son is called Srimukh.
Right. And do you feel that that is the reason you have some kind of a Guru Shishya relationship, which you said with Naveen Babu? It is ordained by God. Is that how you see it?
See, I strongly believe that whatever happens is His will and His wish. It started as a very professional relationship with the Honorable Chief Minister. Both of us are linked by the work we do for the state and the love for the people.
But is that something which is acceptable to the people? Because in politics, acceptability is different. In administration, acceptability is different. I'm sure a chief minister has people from different places in the country come and work as IAS officers.
I couldn't understand.
So when it comes to you interacting with the people, now that you've entered politics, will they accept you as Naveen Babu's protege?
So June 4th will tell what the people think about my campaign and how I have helped the chief minister.
Are you chief minister in waiting?
Not at all. I am just helping Naveen Babu as a foot soldier.
He's not grooming you to be chief minister?
Not at all. Biju Babu never groomed Naveen Babu, and Naveen Babu will never groom anyone to follow his footsteps. He is a Democrat at heart, and he knows the party, and the people of Odisha will decide whatever is good for the party and the people of Odisha.
But when Biju Babu passed away, people thought that Naveen Babu will never be able to reach to that level because the shadow of Biju Babu was so large. And they said Naveen Babu he's a Delhi boy, he doesn't know how to speak Uriya, he's too sophisticated, whereas Biju Babu is a son of the soil, he will not measure up. And today, Naveen Babu has more than measured up, one of the longest serving chief ministers of the country.
And electorally more successful than any other leader in the country.
So that can be said about you too, right? No. That you also cannot be seen as somebody who's not connected.
I wouldn't like to comment on it. As I said that right now in the middle of elections, I am completely committed for the chief minister. One doesn't think about future so much. As I said, that Jagannath culture, you surrender and go with the flow.
Is the party accepting of you? Because there are murmurs in this state that, there's a high-handedness, pardon me for asking this, that there's a high-handedness because you have the complete trust and faith of the chief minister and you are roughshod on many of your colleagues. Is that true?
I wouldn't accept this because as part of the 5T principle, one is teamwork. A person who is individualistic in his performance will not be able to perform so well like the team. If Odisha has performed well in sports, economy, transformation, health, any indicator you take, we have performed so well, including COVID management and disaster management. Disaster management cannot be done by one person, roughshoding over people.
Yeah.
COVID management cannot be done by one person, roughshoding with people. Dictators cannot survive. Dictators cannot flourish. Only a teamwork can help. And the Honorable Chief Minister believes in teamwork. So are all of us.
So
these are all baseless allegations. Like for example, whoever will not get ticket in BJD, they will raise these allegations. Whoever is not happy with the kind of integrity clause we have for bureaucrats, they will be upset.
What is the integrity clause?
Impeccable integrity. When the Chief Minister has removed the maximum number of government servants from job anywhere in the country, he has dismissed the maximum number of government servants for corruption charges. So they will be upset definitely. But there are people who go to Singapore and Europe on trips because they have done very well. From a lowest ranking junior engineer to the highest ranking officer, the Chief Minister sends on exposure visits if they have done very well. So there is a carrot and stick.
To learn business practices?
Absolutely. To get exposure on administration, governance, whatever best practices are there.
Right.
So we believe in teamwork, and without teamwork, Odisha would not have done well.
So I will ask you about local issues which come up during elections. One is about farmer distress. Can you tell us how the situation is in the rural areas? Because a lot of people is, which the Prime Minister also talked about, is the palayan, that people who leave villages and go in search of jobs to other places in the country. Migration. So how do you handle that?
So Government of India migration data shows that Odisha has reduced the migration to the maximum in the country. You compare it with any of the double engine states, whether it is UP, Bihar, in fact even any other state, the rate of reduction of migration has been the sharpest in Odisha, and we have almost stopped distress migration. And the unemployment rate, as per the Government of India data, is the lowest in Odisha. We are number one in unemployment rate. Sorry, no, even in unemployment figures, ours are the lowest in the country. Lowest in the country. This is Government of India data. So when your unemployment rate is so low and your migration is coming down, distress migration has stopped. Whatever allegations they are making are not on facts. In fact, if they say that the governance is so poor and so bad and migration is happening, people should have anger against the Chief Minister and the government. It is not the case. Whether it is 2019 elections or the recently concluded Panchayat elections, which was held on symbol. If somebody is winning 95% of the seats, we have to trust the democracy and people's judgment.
The MSP on paddy, can you tell me about that?
The MSP on paddy is under the purview of Government of India. The central government fixes MSP. They form a committee. They fix the MSP. And they are supposed to give MSP. The Chief Minister has always been demanding that the MSP should be doubled to cushion our farmers from any kind of distress. That's the stand of Naveen Babu and the stand of BJD. In fact, all party meeting was convened and asked the Government of India to revise the rates. They didn't do it. It's the Government of India which is supposed to fix the rate for farmers. If they have not done it, whose mistake it is? And to soften the shock of whatever distress happening, Chief Minister introduced a scheme called Kalia. It's a direct cash transfer. This was done before Government of India took up this farmers direct cash transfer scheme, PM Kisan. Ours was one of the first 3 states to do direct cash transfer to farmers to give subsidy on inputs. And now the Chief Minister has also introduced Kalia scholarships to take care of the education expenses of the students of farmers. And their medical expenses are taken care. So whatever is within the purview of the state government, the Chief Minister is taking care. It is the responsibility of central government to fix the MSP and to increase it. In fact, the entire farmer agitation was to give a legislative backup to the MSP, which the central government did not agree. So if they had done it, perhaps the farmers of the country will not be in distress. So this 3,100 rupees, which the BJP is claiming to make it as MSP is under the central government. They could have done it when they are in power for last 10 years. Why they didn't do it, and 10 days before election they are crying about MSP. And in 2014 and 2019, BJP in their manifesto had claimed that they will double the MSP.
Yeah. Another thing which is there in the BJP manifesto is this Subhadra Yojana. There seems to be a lot of curiosity about that. What do you have in comparison to that?
We don't have anything like that.
Okay.
The Subhadra Yojana, if I may tell the figures, they have said that it will cover all the women of the state. This is their advertisement says. All the women will get 50,000 rupees voucher. So Odisha has about 2.2 crore women. So 50,000 rupees voucher means it's 1.1 lakh crores. 1.1 lakh crores. For the entire country, it will be like 35 lakh crores if they have to implement. The country's budget is only 25-27 lakh crores, including the defense budget and everything put together. So it's a very hollow promise just to create sensation. Actually, the problem is that BJP believes in creating sensation either through the temple issue or these kind of unbelievable promises.
Are you saying that the promise made to women of Odisha is by the BJP is as hollow as what Rahul Gandhi has made? Would you compare that?
Absolutely, I compare. Both of them will take back the state by 25 years. And in fact, very sorry to say that many states where their governments are functioning now, they are taking back their states by 20 years, 25 years. How do you get investment? How do you subsidize capital investment? How do you be competitive in the world? You have to subsidize your industries. You have to create jobs. You have to get manufacturing investments. You have to get semiconductor investments. If you go on and on with these freebies, like for example, Karnataka, they are spending about 35,000 crores or 40,000 crores. Their per capita debt is increasing like crazy. Same with Madhya Pradesh. After 6 months, these states will not be able to pay salary for their own staff. That is the first charge on a budget. You have to pay salary to your own staff. Next comes developmental schemes, roads, buildings, infrastructure. If you don't have money to pay to your staff, what will you do? Madhya Pradesh will be bleeding, Chhattisgarh will be bleeding. You may take it on record after 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. Let's see how these states perform. Until unless some magic happens in India, which is very difficult, these states will not be able to survive with their finances, whatever finances they have. Odisha's per capita debt is 22,000 rupees per head. When Chief Minister took over, it was one of the highest in the country. Now it's the lowest in the country, 22,000. Gujarat per capita debt is 55,000. Madhya Pradesh per capita debt is 60,000. Karnataka is about 81 lakh rupees. How do you manage this kind of a financial situation? When you
at the same time, Naveen Babu has said free electricity if they come to power for rural areas.
Yeah.
How?
So the free electricity...
Isn't that a freebie too?
I'll explain it. The free electricity is self-targeting. He has targeted people who consume less than 150 units. Less than 150 units is consumed by people who don't have refrigerator, who don't have air conditioner, who may not have television. These are the poorest of poor sections which need a social security umbrella. He has not done it for all. He has done it as a self-targeting mechanism. And this will not cost more than 1,500 to 2,000 crores. Our budget is 2.5 lakh crores. We are not promising something of 50,000 crores or 60,000 crores. This is 2,000 crores. And it takes care of 80 to 90% of the population's needs. In fact, it is one of the ways, CM is very particular about increasing the per capita income of people. You take our 3-4 major interventions. One is health security. Odisha has the highest coverage under health security. You don't have an insurance in Odisha because government gives an assurance. 90% of the population is assured for 5 lakh to 10 lakh rupees health. 90% of the population.
This is not, they don't have Ayushman here.
No, we don't have.
Why?
Because Ayushman Bharat would have covered only the BPL families. It will be 50 lakh families. We have covered about 1 crore families. Number two, Ayushman Bharat is insurance related. CM didn't want insurance companies to play middleman between the poor people, or we have a large tribal population, and the hospitals. They will fleece the poor people. They won't get justice. That is our example, that is our experience with the earlier RSBY, you must be knowing, Rashtriya, whatever that scheme of Government of India, insurance-based scheme. Third is, the Chief Minister is providing 5 lakh for a male and 10 lakh for female.
Isn't that going to empty out your coffers too?
No. It is, we know the finances, how much it costs. It costs 5,000 crores for us. All our social security schemes put together, all our social security schemes, whether it is electricity, pensions, health, education, everything put together is 25,000 crores for us. That's it.
In this election, a number of political parties, especially the BJP, has realized that women voters are playing a very strong role. That happened in 2019 too. In 2019, it was the Labhartis and the women voters. But this time especially, the BJP seems to be relying a lot on women voters. Do you have any programs which are specific to women?
Of course. Our Mission Shakti is an empowering program. It's not based on freebies. And that's why women are solidly behind Naveen Babu. They have been made MSMEs. They are doing business. They are doing government business for 5,000 crores. No state has done it. So, women self-help group movement is a very strong in Odisha. About 7 million women are part of this movement. And that is what BJP is trying to dilute by giving freebies. Naveen Babu has never given any freebie for this women self-help movement. He has not done anything outside the social sector. He has not done freely giving voucher or freely giving money. He has done it on health, on education, and now on electricity. These are the three things he is touching.
Isn't there a free voucher system where you can like for example go for coaching classes and you get reimbursed and things like that?
No, that is a smart card which we are
Smart
planning
card,
to
huh?
introduce. We are
Okay.
planning to introduce.
Okay.
That is on education. It cannot be called as freebie. That we have not yet introduced. From August 15th, we will be introducing. Like how we have given a card for health. This card almost work like a debit card. So in education also, we are planning to introduce a debit card. And how do you recharge the card? You have to do good things. You have to go to classes on time. You have to study well. You have to participate in extracurricular activities. You have to volunteer yourself. All these which will make an all-round personality, improve your confidence, competence, compassion. All that if a student does, his card gets charged. And with that charge, he can go buy books at discount, use travel discount, pay fees in discount, can access career counseling. Like that, many things which will help them can be done. So it's like a earn while you learn scheme, which has not been done anywhere.
Interesting. And you say that Naveen Babu gets a lot of respect and love from women when he goes out campaigning. But he does
Men
seem,
also, but women is little more.
Okay. Even in your rallies, I have seen a number of women who come out, give you garlands and give you the shawl and things like that. Tell me that when Naveen Babu is campaigning all that much, he doesn't seem to have the energy. I'm not being ageist, but it is a fact that he is not able to take the rigors of campaigning. Age is catching up with him. During the election process, don't you feel that the people of Odisha feel that he doesn't have it in him for 5 more years to be the Chief Minister of the
Last
state?
time, 5 years back, in 2019, his entire campaign was just one line. This time, at least, he is speaking 5 lines.
Which is?
Apanamane kushito. Are you all happy with
Happy.
me? That's the only line. It swept the elections. This time he is asking that whether this scheme is good, this scheme is good, whether I am good, whether my party is good. People say with thunderous applause, yes, you are good. Then will you bless me? That's his campaign. This time he is using 5 lines. Last time he was using only 1 line. So, and we'll get to know on June 4th how it has touched. I have been with him. His meetings are electrifying. The 5-minute or 3-minute he has, that strongest connect. People see that commitment in him, selfless commitment for the state.
He's fighting from two places, Kantabanji and Hinjli constituency in Ganjam. Both these places have migration as an issue. Why is he fighting from 2 constituencies? If he's so popular, what is the need for 2 constituencies? And 2, how are these 2 constituencies going to benefit from having Naveen Babu as a candidate?
So Hinjli is the best block in the country, awarded by Government of India, continuously. In Odisha alone, there are 354 blocks. In the country, there will be like 10,000 blocks or something. But Hinjli comes number 1. It's not any other block in any other part of this country. So that's what he has done to Hinjli, 99% irrigation. 99% irrigation. He has improved the livelihood of people like anything. And that's why every time his margin is very high. As regards why he is contesting from 2 constituencies, perhaps he wanted that faster pace of development to happen in 1 more constituency. Last time also he selected 1 constituency, Bijaypur. In 3 years, we could increase the irrigation by 70,000 acres. Never before in India, any part, they would have done it. So that is the kind of pace with which he wants development to happen in Kantabanji. That's why he has selected.
Right.
It is known for migration. That is one of the reasons why he has selected.
And which one will he give up?
Oh, that we have to wait and see what he decides.
But why 2 constituencies?
He is not willing to contest in more constituencies, even though people of Odisha want him to contest from almost every constituency, because whenever he goes to a constituency, magic happens in that constituency. If something takes 30 years to do, he gets it done by 3 years by his sheer presence.
How hands-on is he in administration?
100% hands-on. But you know, one more thing is that he is now 24 years in this same job. He knows who does what. He knows what season what problem will come. He knows if the weather forecast is this, whether it is going to be a drought or a flood situation. He has that huge knowledge pool with him, which is his huge strength.
It's academic, right? He doesn't travel all that much.
No, no, he travels. This time also in the campaign, he has traveled to almost every parliamentary constituency. Every parliamentary constituency he has traveled. He will be one of the most traveled chief ministers inside the state. He does travel.
Right. But he doesn't travel outside the state.
Yeah, he doesn't travel because he's so glued to the state. He doesn't travel outside the state. Very rarely for investments he goes abroad. Maybe in his entire 24 years he has gone only thrice.
He's only gone thrice abroad?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not more than that. 24 years, 2.5 decades, he has gone only thrice.
And this is when he barely was in the state before he became a politician.
See, that is the dedication with which he works, and that is why people love him so much. This man is here for us, and he gives his heart and soul for the state. His blood and sweat is for the state. He has sacrificed his personal life, which was very vibrant before he joined politics. And he stayed here in the same place, this premises of Naveen Nivas.
You know, 3 months ago when I interviewed you here in Naveen Nivas, you spoke about the relationship that Naveen Babu has with Mr. Modi, that they were chief ministers, they used to attend the chief minister meetings, and that they had a warm relationship. What went wrong in that relationship, in the sense that the sharp attacks that one is seeing that is happening now?
I don't think there is anything wrong with their relationship even now. Yeah. I think they maintained that great friendship between each other. They are two great individuals and they maintain that friendship. This is political process, but at an individual level, the respect they have for each other is immense.
But the Prime Minister said, will Naveen Babu be able to remember the districts and name the districts?
So he has to say something for getting votes in Odisha, so he has to do that. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't respect the Chief Minister for his integrity, for his impeccable work, for what transformation he has done. He is in an electoral process, so the Honorable PM has to take some of these points and
so this is exactly the reason, Mr. Pandian, that everybody thinks that what is happening is shadow boxing. It's Noora Kushti which is happening between the BJP and BJD, between Naveen Babu and Mr. Modi, that they're doing this and actually they're like pals.
See, I'll tell one thing, that the commitment with which they both work for a larger cause is something which binds them. That is what I would say. But it's not shadow boxing at all. The mention about Ratna Bhandar or mention about some things which are, it's not in good, it's not the way generally a political discourse happens. So, but still the relationship, the respect they both have for each other is the same. I don't think they are very mature individuals.
Right.
And seasoned people.
They overcome electoral barbs as soon as elections are over.
Absolutely.
Between the two of them. But then Naveen Babu is known to harbor grudges, would I say, or harbor things, especially when I come to the Jay Panda relationship. He was a protege, a friend, he was a family friend, but somewhere things went wrong. And so there is an element where Naveen Babu has doors shut.
He would be the most compassionate person. Even if his enemy is suffering, he will think 100 times for that person. That is that is the Naveen Babu whom I know and the people of Odisha know. Even for an enemy, he'll cry. His heart will beat fast. That's the kind of personality he has. And he is not that hardcore, person who harbors stuff. It's not true. I have not seen him like that in 24 years.
So all those meetings happened between the BJP and BJD. What went wrong? Why didn't the alliance happen?
See, there was no meeting between BJD and BJP.
There were no meetings
Absolutely.
To form an alliance?
No. It was between two leaders who wanted to join together for a larger cause. The local leadership of BJP did not appreciate it. And they thought that they are forming government in the state. So that's how it didn't work out. But both the leaders had some noble ideas to come together and work for a larger cause. You pull up a state, you be part of a nation building. That's how they both wanted to happen. But
so you think that Mr. Modi deferred to the logic or deferred to the argument of the local BJP unit and didn't go forward with an alliance?
I wouldn't know what happened exactly. I wouldn't know what happened exactly. But it was very graceful and the entire conduct was very graceful.
So what happens if the BJD wins the state election? Will that mean that at the center you will be again giving outside support or giving issue-based
See,
support.
right now we are in the middle of elections. We have 2 more phases to go. Our political strategy should not be discussed now. We are fighting in the field. You have seen how much of heat is there all over. So let's leave that to a later date.
Really, because if one finds it difficult to understand, is this a marriage? Is it a separation? Is it a divorce?
No. At least don't take the words of Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Oh.
He mentioned it as a marriage. I jokingly said that he should not talk about marriage because he's still a bachelor. With all humility, I would like to say.
But your party never thought of having any kind of an alliance with the Congress, right?
See, the BJD was formed as an anti-Congress party. Congress, almost till 2000, Congress was a very strong force, 2004, 2008 in Odisha. So CM is very clear.
But I recently spoke with Mr. Amit Shah and I asked him, are the doors closed for the BJD? And he said, doors are never closed or something to that effect.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it seems like, again, as I say, that this is a process, but the doors are not shut either between the PM and the CM or between the two parties.
See, they both share a very healthy and very friendly relationship. They respect each other. But politically, when it comes to elections, we fight it out.
The BJP says it's going to double its number in this election.
Assembly?
Compared to the 2019. You find it humorous or you find it funny that in the assembly they'll double their numbers?
No, they won't double the numbers in assembly. I can give it in writing to you.
Okay.
They are not going, they were 22 or something, they won't double their numbers in assembly. I'm 100% sure. And you can record this statement of mine with all humility.
How much do you give them?
No, I won't give them. I will give BJD how much? BJD is getting more than 3/4 majority.
3/4 majority?
Absolutely. And
for the fifth time?
Yes, and people of Odisha has fixed the time and date of swearing in also. If you ask in street somebody, they will say that June 9th, Naveen Babu will be sworn in as the Chief Minister once again from 11:30 to 1 p.m.
Right. Sometimes it feels like, when you see Naveen Babu campaigning, it feels like in 2004 when Vajpayee ji was campaigning, he looked frail and but the BJP couldn't ever think of having anybody other than Mr. Vajpayee as the Prime Minister candidate because he was so loved within the party and within the country. But the country somehow realized that to go forward, he's probably not healthy enough.
So if I am talking with so much conviction that we are getting 3/4 majority with all the responsibility I have to make this statement, and we have fixed the swearing in, it is based on Chief Minister's popularity and his hard work. So he is the main field area through which everyone else plays. So he is as strong to be a contender for the 5th term.
Has he not, or have you not, as the BJD not put in the similar kind of effort for the parliamentary elections like it's doing for the state election?
Last time we didn't do, in 2019. So we lost 8 seats or 7 seats. So this time the party is putting focus on both Lok Sabha as well as Assembly.
Is it possible to do that?
Yeah, of course, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible.
You spoke about how the BJD was born. It was for the Odia Asmita. It was to preserve the culture.
It's a regional party fighting for the rights of the state of Odisha.
Right. I come back to the BJP picking it up now with regard to you and the attacks which have come your way and the attacks which come to the BJD. Does the party feel that it has to go on the back foot all the time in defending your presence, your preeminent position in the party now?
If there was no connect with the people, if I am going to be a liability for BJD, I would not have got into BJD and I would not be doing what I am doing. I love BJD. I love Naveen Babu. I can't be doing injustice or dishonest work for the party, which Naveen Babu has built over the years. Our 1 crore people are dependent on that party. There are 1 crore members. I'm a sensible person. I would not be doing what I'm doing if there was no connect with the people. And you will see the results on June 4th. People will give a thumping majority to BJD and show that whatever talks they have been doing, whatever criticism they have been doing is completely false, baseless. And people see me as a workhorse of Naveen Babu. That is the only identity I have. I don't have any other identity. I don't project any identity. My identity is this guy works for Naveen Babu and he does good work. That's it. And that is the only connect I have with people. Otherwise, I am not a film superstar or a cricket superstar or a TV star who will go and people will come in, throng you or ask you for whatever. It's not going to happen for a bureaucrat.
Why do you think it's become such an issue, Mr. Pandian? Because there have been chief ministers in the past who were not born in the state. MGR was born in Sri Lanka. Jayalalitha was born in Mysore. Both became chief ministers of Tamil Nadu.
I think throughout the country there are many instances like that. But without getting into that, I would like to say that BJP has no issue against Naveen Babu. You see what all issues they are raising. Maybe they raise this age and health. Maybe they raise Shri Mandir and Odia Asmita. They raise this outsider issue. These are the issues which they raise. Have they been able to tell anything on the performance of government for which a government is voted for? Odia Asmita, if they talk about, Naveen Babu has done the maximum for what is Asmita, what is pride of a state, what is identity of a state, is 4 or 5 factors. Number one is language, your language. He has done the maximum for the language, Odia language. And he has put a Odia university, he hosted the World Odia Conference, language conference. And Odia as a classical music, Chief Minister wrote 3 times to the central government to make it as major classical music. It was not done. And third, Odia as a language, central government, even though it notified as a classical language in 2014 under UPA time, they have not done anything in the last 10 years, whereas they have done something for substantial for Sanskrit, good for Tamil and Telugu, but nothing for Odia language. So if they talk about Odia Asmita or Odia identity, they should come with their report card and say that what they have done in the last 10 years of their governance in the center. Then third is, how do you treat your leaders from this place, from Odisha? Biju Babu is one of the tallest leaders, not just of Odisha, of the country. Did we honor him with a Bharat Ratna? So many people have been honored with Bharat Ratna. It's okay. They may be meriting that, not getting into that. But from Odisha, not a single person deserved Bharat Ratna, including Biju Babu. He has been honored with equivalent to Bharat Ratna by 2-3 countries. He was a freedom fighter. He was jailed. So when BJP talks about Odia Asmita, they have to tell about what they have done for Odia Asmita in the past 10 years. And fourth is, the state is fighting hard to get coal royalty revised for the last 20 years. Every 3 years, the royalty is supposed to be revised. Now, 2004 was the last time the royalty was revised. The coal companies take about 30,000 crores from the state. The state get only 4,000 crores and lot of pollution. Is it not justified to revise the coal royalty? If you revise the coal royalty, we were talking about the schemes earlier, right? I said that all our schemes put together is only 25,000 crores. Just from coal, the central government takes 27,000 crores. So if you do little more for the state will move fast forward. The transformation will be faster. So these are things which the BJP should answer.
In the conversations which happen in this state, the political conversations, it's completely different from what is happening in the rest of the country. You don't see Mangal Sutra, Muslims, that kind of conversation happening here at all. You don't even see any ripples that were caused here as a result of, oh, your inheritance tax will come, this will come. How does Orissa conversations, or how does the conversation, political conversation, how is it so different from the rest of the country?
These kind of conversations are insulated by our Naveen Babu kind of political discourse. He has completely insulated. The last time you heard something on religion and minority issues was in 2009 when he snapped ties with BJP, Kandamal riots. After that, he has been steadfast in his commitment for a peaceful atmosphere, peaceful existence between all communities, all religions. So that is one of the hallmark of Naveen Babu's governance. On the one side, you have Naxal issues still in Chhattisgarh. Yeah. You had a double engine sarkar for a quite long time. Still guns are booming, bombs are blasting. In Odisha, by God's grace, Naveen Babu's commitment, everything is stopped. So he insulates from anything which disturbs peace of Odisha. And that is one of the reasons why prosperity also happens. When there is peace, then prosperity happens. You don't get into these issues. And when somebody is trying to make this issue an electoral issue, they won't be able to get benefit. I would say that it's wrong strategy on part of BJP to go on and on these issues. I would humbly say I don't have much experience in politics.
What about poll-related violence? You're bordering Bengal. You're seeing the poll-related
We'll have one of the lowest poll-related violence anywhere in.
Yeah, how do
anywhere.
you do that? How is it that
again-
Odisha has kept poll-related violence away? Like you said, left-wing terrorism, left-wing militancy has been curtailed. You are bordering several of these states
Absolutely.
where there is
poll violence,
poll
huge
violence.
poll violence.
Yeah.
That is also to do with the personality of the leader who is leading the state. Number one, he never allows a MLA from the ruling party or MP or any elected political party to interfere in police affairs. He is the home minister and he makes it very clear. It will be strictly by merit. Number two, BJD as a political party, he takes tough action if somebody indulges in anything criminal. It is very unfortunate, but the people whom he has sacked from his party for criminal activities, many of them on demand and agitation by the BJP, have all been taken up by BJP. The Berhampur MP candidate, he cheated lot of youngsters, taking money in account. He is charge sheeted now. He is the Berhampur MP candidate of BJP. There is one more MLA of BJD who ran over, he drove over 22 BJP Karmis. All of them got injured. They were all hospitalized. There was a huge agitation throughout the state by BJP. CM threw him out of the party saying that he has done an anti-people activity, not anti-party, anti-people activity. He threw him out. BJP did series of agitations. CM police arrested him, was in jail for long, came out and joined BJP, and BJP has given a ticket to him. So, on
You're
the one,
accusing the BJP of the same thing which the others are saying, which is the washing machine?
no, I'm not telling about washing machine or otherwise. I'm just giving you a fact that these two people, one is charge sheeted, the other person is also charge sheeted, I believe. And on both these people, BJP has stalled the assembly for months. Assembly for months. They have done padayatras in the state. They have done every kind of agitation possible. And they have happily welcomed them, garlanding them, and they have given them tickets also. So this politics is something which people of Odisha may not appreciate, and Naveen Babu doesn't allow it to happen, in his party at least. He is very clear, even if somebody has huge winnability, if he is a liability for the people of Odisha, he won't promote him. He will lose that seat.
That you rule with an iron hand, that nobody would dare to say anything, and that's because Naveen Babu is blind to everything else. Is that true?
Number one, it's a democratic country. Number two, a bureaucrat never can rule. Number three, if a bureaucrat rules, people will throw out the government, kick the government out.
You're no longer a bureaucrat. You keep saying it.
I'm just 6 months back. He is telling about something of the past. He has been telling about me for the last 10 years, the same thing. And before me, Pyari Babu ko they all told the same thing. Uska pehle somebody else ko. They all think that Naveen, that is the problem with all these people. They underestimate the brilliance and sharpness of Naveen Babu, and that is their mistake.
Of judging people, of knowing people?
No, he is completely hands-on, and he knows what he is doing and what his government is doing, and people know what Naveen Babu is doing. We are all here to help him, aid him. All these are to put me down badly in front of people. That's an allegation at the best.
Finally, I will ask you that you're saying 3/4 you're going to, BJD is going to win.
And we'll give invitation to all the BJP leaders who have come and tom-tommed about winning, with all humility and humbleness.
Including the chief ministers who have come in?
Absolutely, absolutely. They should all come here and participate in the oath-taking ceremony of Naveen Babu when he signs his 3 signatures.
Are you now regretting why you didn't take part in the election, why you didn't file your nomination?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm very clear in what I'm doing. Like last time in your interview, I said, I see the eyes of the bird. Nothing else nothing else matters now. I want to be a small part of Naveen Babu when he takes over oath as the 6th, for the 6th term, and going to create a record in the world as the longest democratically elected leader in anywhere in any part of the world.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure always.